Alright, the last tab on the advanced to, or elementary to advanced spreadsheet, I've got the advanced activated at this moment, and I'm right here on the upper left side. Now what we see here is question 1, 2, and 3 a little bit out of this area now. And for this advanced exercise, you just need to add some more advanced formulas than the normal or usual operators. Right, let's look at question 1. We've got 47 guests, some prices of items that we want to provide for the guests, and the quantities or items, and we need totals for that, and we need to add up totals for all the prices there, and we also need to add up that total there, and we need to work out what the total for all the guests are. Right, let's start off by putting in a formula in here to work out the first total. Now, to work out the total, we need a multiplication there, so I'm going to say equals price, and the multiplication sign is the star times that quantity over there, and it gives me that amount. Now I don't have to go and do the same all over. I can do just a normal relative copying. So I just need to right click there, say copy, mark the destination area out there, and paste them all in there. Right, that should give me all the amounts of the rest. Just press escape to get rid of the marching ants on the first one from my source of copying. Right, now to get a total of all my prices there, I just have to put in an equal sign, use my sum, quicker in this instance, mark out the area, use my closing bracket, and enter. Right, then I can just copy, relative copy the same thing from there to here, same formula. And whatever it did there, it will also do there. That's what relative copying means. It means that whatever I put in there and I put it to a new destination, the computer will follow the same rule, relatively what it did there, it would do here. Right, I just press my escape key. Now, I've got a total for one guest after multiplying with the items. So now, to get the total for all the guests, I don't need that total there, that's just for practice, but now I can just say, equals that amount per guest times, star is the times for formulas in Excel, and I say 47 there, and I just press enter. Right, and this should give me the total of all the guests. If I increase that value, let's say I make it 79 guests, look how the total automatically changes. That's the beauty of Excel. We work with memory variables or the cell places, names of cells, and whatever changes then in those memory variables or contents will also then recalculate and bring about new answers or new results. Right, let me just move this window a little bit downwards so I can just get into question number 2. I think that should do it. Right. Now, looking at question 2, we've got an interesting thing here. I've got minutes and I have to convert it in hours and minutes. So I have to have an integer of that figure after I divided 60 into that. So I'm going to use an integer form formula over here to work out the full hours that I can get out of these minutes. So to do that, I'm going to say equals int for integer. Integer means the full value, and it will discard any portions or fractions of a full value. So I'm going to say integer, and I'm going to use that reference over there, and I'm going to close my bracket and enter, and I get 234. Now that's not right. I need to take 234 and divide it by 60 because I want it to have to be in in hours. So I'm dividing 60 minutes into the 234. That gives me 3 hours. Now I didn't know how many minutes will be left, because 3 hours is not all of those minutes. So I can actually do it in this formula by multiplying 60 by 3, working out the total minutes for 3 hours, and then just deduct that from that value that I get from that. So let's put it out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say equals this one times, it's a little asterisk, times 60. So I'm actually converting it back to minutes, and I'm going to say I'm going to put in front of that value over there minus. I don't need to put in brackets there because multiplication has got preference over plus and minus, so that's fine. So what I'm saying here, C22 minus C24 times 60. So I'm taking away whatever minutes I get from there, from that one over there. That's why I put the C22 in front. Now let's enter on that. That gives me 54 minutes. That sounds pretty correct to me. Right, very much the same here. Actually, it's actually easier to look at this one over here. I've got so many suites. I've got so many students. I need to give everyone equal amounts of suites, and I want to see how many suites stay over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my integer again here, int, and what I'm going to say there is I'm going to take the many suites I've got, divide by the divide by is the forward slash, divide by that, close the bracket. I need the integer value there, so I will only get one, obvious, only one. Equal amounts would be 1, and now I can also do the same what I did there. I can say equals that one times, just for complete sake, I'm going to times it with that one there. I could have just used the value, but I'm going to do it the correct way. And now in front of that, so I'm going to click there. In front of that, I'm going to use that one minus the value that I get from that one times that one. So what actually happens is I take whatever suites I handed out, and I deduct it from that full amount of suites I had to work out how much will be left. So if I enter on that, I get 190 suites. So basically if I add 190 plus 546, I should get it, the total should be there. The nice part of it is that I can play around. Now I can actually now change this value, let's say to 2, 3, 4, 5 suites, and if I enter on it, now I can get, every student can get 4 suites, and I've got 161 left, which I cannot use to equally divide the rest of the suites into everybody to give equal amounts. And this is the nice part of Excel. Once you've got your formulas in place, you can play around with the what ifs, and you can get different answers and scenarios.